lads. Good morning, lads. Sorry for the next croaky voice for around about 5 minutes. I've literally just got out of bed. But it's sunny. Well, maybe not in this perfect position I am now, but from my bedroom it was sunny. And we've got a couple of things to do today. One of them is a fun thing that needs to be done because I've come from a Euro Megane scene and going in the Japanese scene don't make any sense to me, and it's a little bit broke, so we've changed that, but you can understand in a second. Another thing is not so good. The other thing is not a good thing, but you know, I've tried to put the good things with the bad things, but like a gym day, you know, when you think, oh fucking hell, it's leg day to day, so try and mix it with something good. I'll do biceps, leg and biceps, you know, happy good. Wait, what? Happy bad, same sort of thing. The first thing we are installing is the old boost gauge from the Megane, and I will tell you why in a minute, but I've got a little bit of an issue. I don't have the wiring diagram, so where all these go, I don't fucking remember. I actually have a coolant gauge here from the same company, so I'm going to get the wiring out of there and see if that's similar. All the sensors actually have the same wiring, and so red goes to ignition, obviously. Black goes to battery. Now the green is when you need to hook up to this sensor that goes outside the car. Now they're the main things. So obviously the orange and the white are just colours, because that one does white and green. I'm not going to keep it on white. Now in relation to what these are coming off the sensor, this is going to be a little bit difficult. To have its own ground, that to have its own power, and then that just link up to the green to the gauge. I think that's correct. Let's move the car in the space. Now, I know you're probably all thinking, why the hell are you putting in another boost gauge when you've already got a boost gauge? Well then, I will answer that question. This boost gauge is hang on, steering lock problems. Steering lock problems with aftermarket wheel, 10 times as heavy. Go on, you bastard. Is in bar, and I don't like bar because I'm not fucking American. And this boost gauge does not run the proper. It's not very precise. Okay, when I come off the dyno, it was running completely different boost pressure on there than it did on the computer, and it's just not efficient. It's like sometimes it'll just say 0.5 for some reason, sometimes it'll say 1.3, sometimes it'll say 1. It's just not efficient whatsoever, and the needles, it's like it's you know, it's come off fucking heroin. So no, we're changing that, and we think it's not reading the boost right because we have an actual vacuum line going all the way down here through the bulkhead all the way to there, and this is a really thick wire. It's a really thick tubing, so we think that it's not being very accurate with its reading, so we're going to change that one. Now the good thing is, it's actually, you know, it's already been wired, so I can actually use that ground and use that power, so that'll probably eliminate most of the fucking annoyingness of trying to find a fuse and shit. So I can probably just, you know, the only thing I need to do is put the sensor through the bulkhead for the actual boost gauge. You're going to know the second problem of today, and it's not good, lads. It's not good. The thing is, it's yellow, and look at this. Yes, we have an engine management light, and I do not know what it is. I have tried several different coders, but for some reason, either every single coder I've been using that I have and every single one of my mates' coders are crap, or my OBD port isn't fucking working. I don't think my OBD port's working. Loads of sensors I've plugged in don't even get power from it, and some of them which do get power just can't read the code. So we're going to try and diagnose why that's not working today. I'm probably going to strip the OBD port completely, check all the fuses, because obviously you have like a live fuse for your OBD, and then you have like an ignition fuse for OBD. And I'm thinking the ignition fuse might have blown for the OBD, which is why it's not actually reading the codes, and not why. So the sensors are kind of getting power when you plug them in, but they're not actually doing anything. And if that fails, we're going to take the OBD port off, probably pull it all from the plastic and check the pins. But I hate doing stuff like this, lads, because OBD ports are really, like, you know, fancy. On Google and Pro Sport actually have instructions online. Buzzing. That'd be fucking fun. Let's pull this bastard off, because last night when I was pissing out the OBD port, I actually realised that this comes off, and I actually have access to in wiring. Now this is where the boost gauge is powered to. And it's a little bit dodgy. I'm not gonna lie, lad. It is a little bit dodgy. It's a bit dodgy as fuck, to be honest with you. Like, but you know, if it works, it works. So we're using this power output, lads. We're chopping through this. We're chopping through this and putting everything onto that yellow wire, because the boost gauge gets power. And I know it's this because when I pull this off, the boost gauge has no power. So that is our 12 volt, which is cool. But someone's fused it, so it's not that bad. The plan is, if I can, is to pull this boost pipe through the bulkhead with the green wire from the boost gauge attached to it. Now, I've only just remembered that I probably will need extra wiring, and I've not got some, so I'm gonna have to go and get some extra wiring, lads. Now, a nice easy way to check that this is actually working, to check we've got the right colours, because these have two colours. They've got, it can be green and it can be white, and I'm thinking that oh, hang on, I've just done it wrong, lads. Red and the white wire together, which is the positive for the boost gauge, and the illumination, which is the light for the boost gauge, and the black. So now I'm going to put the black on the ground and then put that on an ignition, and it should light up white. Just like that. And we're going to probably mount this over here. We have a ground there, which is a ground, and we're going to go to feed 2 wires into the engine bay, into the boost gauge. Bada bing, bada boom, bada done. I have some that might be enough. That might be enough. I think I might have to be a little bit rational with this. Loads of blue remote wire here, so we're absolutely laughing, lads. We're absolutely laughing. There's literally like 2 old guys just walking past when I did that, and they think I'm some sort of absolute cretin. Sorry, lads. It's for the vlog, though. I've got to be entertaining for the vlog. I can't be miserable. Where's my bloody electrical tape? Actually, if I do that, yeah, I'll do that. It's quite tight, that, so if I go inside there, then they're not going to get caught. That actually will make a lot more sense. Bloody cable ties everywhere, Jesus. You're so confused when you have like 100 wires just everywhere. Right. It's very weird, this, lads. Looks like I'm pulling, you don't even want to know it. It doesn't look very, that is tight, that. That's probably losing a hell of a lot of boost. Looks like I'm trying to pull something out of someone's arsehole. I'm not even kidding, lads. This is a bit disgusting. There's more fucking cable ties in this bloody... Let's give it another go now. I hope these wires come through easily. Oh, the whole grommet's pulled off. I'm not very happy that it's happened. That's okay. That's okay. We can do this, lads. We can do this. I'm just going to pull it away and put the grommet back. There we go. Let's get these out. Now we're just going to crimp the wires. Yes, I'm actually using crimps. Can you believe it, lads? Can you actually believe I'm using crimps? I'm doing it properly, no fucking way. The red, which needs to go to a power, the blue, which needs to go to the sensor, which is the green wire in there, which needs to put a ground to there, and then we're pretty much ready to start it up and have a look, see if it's working. Right, this looks like an absolute fucking bombshell. But I guarantee, I'll give you a quick review. So we've got the green wire, which is the sensor, that goes to the Bluetooth sensor in the bonnet. And then we've got everything else. Well, obviously we've got a ground, and everything else is literally just the things that need 12 volts. So that's coming off here, which gets 12 volts. So, if we turn the key on now, the boost gauge should light up, and we should actually be getting a correct reading. So we're going to see that now. Got the boost gauge there. So first of all, let's just go to ignition. Okay. So we're going to start the car, see what it goes to. Which is correct. Perfect, lads. Light work, baby, light work, baby. Maybe actually put a crimp on them. But yeah, so I'm not going to video the next bit me putting crimps on, but a few YouTube comments, I definitely crimped it. Yeah, I didn't just skip this part, and I didn't just say I would do it off camera. I did actually do it off camera. So yeah, I did actually crimp all them. I did crimp all the. Yeah. A little bit of double-sided tape. Looks clean as anything, lads. Clean. So the next thing that's caused me all the hassle is I can't check my engine management light. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's triggering the engine management light, because every scanner that I put into this OBD reader, either A, it doesn't pick up power, it'll just like, you know, flash amber now and again, which means it's getting some sort of power but not all the power it needs, or B, when I went and actually bought one like this, not a Bluetooth one, it doesn't pick up the codes whatsoever. I'll show you. So let's bang that in. So this is getting power, right? So this is where I need to turn the ignition on. And then I go on down, and it says no codes, but it definitely has got a code. So It's confusing the hell out of me, lads. And every time I put someone else's Bluetooth one in here, it won't connect to Wi-Fi, it won't connect to Bluetooth. So I'm pretty sure there's something wrong with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, and I've already pulled it out the case in there. It's like plugged into the case in there. But what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and remove it from the black case in here. I don't know how well it's going to go. And then I'm going to pull back this wire and just check all the wiring and see if there's any breaks in it or anything like that. But other than that, I've tried looking at the back of the fuse diagram on here, and some people are saying that there's actually a fuse in here which controls it, but any one of them I can't see which would, you know. Sorry lads, there's a bit of a weird jump in the video, because I've just been on the phone with a TV company about a TV show that might be happening, which would be mad, lads. Lockwood on the TV, lads. Oh, but no, I don't know. To be fair, it was a very long phone interview, to be honest. But I'm not going to say much about it. It just didn't happen. But yeah, that was pretty mad. Don't really get me hopes up with things like that anymore, because most of the times it's actually end up going forward. But you know, you never know. So we're going to go and return that code reader to Argos, exchange it for another one, just to rule out the fact that code reader's not working properly. Hopefully it is that, and I can actually read this code. I don't know what this code is. It's getting on my absolute nerves now. And the engine's still running fine. It doesn't run any differently. I genuinely think it's something that's not that bad, but I just want to know anyway. So I went and got a replacement one just to see, you know, if that one was just a duff one. So let's try it now. No, man, no code. Load of shit, man. What a load of fucking bollocks. Good news is the new boost gauge looks fucking ace, lads. Looks ace. And we're boosting properly. We're actually getting to 20 psi, so it was that old boost gauge was being a knobhead. And we've got another cable. Is it the same? Right, okay. Let's see if this actually gives us a code. Right. Give us a fucking code, you arse wank. Code's found 4. Okay, well at least it's giving us some. What are they? Cylinder misfire 1, 2, and it's going to be 3 and 4. Yeah, right. Camshaft. There was. It's got to be a camshaft sensor or something. Got to be. Let's erase them and see if it comes back. Can we go on history with this one?
No.
Right, so we knocked off the light for the time being. It's not missing in 4 cylinders. It's something tripping it. I think it's that camshaft sensor again, because when it was doing the 1 and 3 misfinder last time, it was the camshaft sensor on this off the driver's side of the engine. Once I changed the wiring for that and blew the connector out, it turned itself off. So I'm going to see how long it takes till that comes back on. But Richard's not answering, but I'm going to give Richard a ring, see what he thinks it is. But it can't be missing in 4 cylinders, there's no fucking way.